What's good, Tribe? You know? I'm gonna play a video for y'all. Be a small little clip, and then a photo. Um, and then I'm gonna come back with some commentary. I want you to know something. There's not gonna be that kind of video. My beef is not with this girl at all. As a matter of fact, the complete opposite. Um, but want y'all to stay after I play the videos. Come back to my commentary.
Oh, how much would I have to pay somebody to push me off the top of the stairs? Nothing too dramatic that I break any limbs or nothing like that. But a strong enough push that the trauma would make anything inside of me no longer exist. Come with me to Planned Parenthood and get rid of this baby that I had no business having in the first motherfucking place.
My beef or my gripe is not with this baby at all. Number one, my gripe is with her parents. Seriously, with her parents. Great grandfather, grandfather, uncle, uh, cousin. The men in her life failed her. For sure. The men in her life failed her. Now, I'm not saying that, first and foremost, her being a single mother, that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. Her having several of these sessions at Planned Parenthood is not even the topic. Part of it, but not even. My gripe is with the fathers, the men in her life. Where were y'all at? Now, could I put the blame on her? Right. As an adult, you are responsible, right? She should have definitely kept her legs closed. Definitely kept her legs closed. But here's the thing. Those traits that you're asking for your child demonstrate themselves in what you teach them. Self-discipline for your son shows up when you show him how to be self-disciplined. Moderation for your daughter shows up when you show her the benefits of being modest. This baby, for whatever reason, this baby does not see an issue with the direction her life is going. Had her father's number one, had her father been now let's assume that her father's not around, that he isn't there, and as a result, she doesn't have a strong father. Let's say it's the saddest case scenario, and not the typical case that he didn't want to be around, he didn't want to raise her, he just had a whole bunch of babies. Let's say it's not that. Let's just say he passed, right? This is still the effects of a young girl without a strong male presence in her life. Whatever happened to her father. However, when daughters have strong male role models, strong male role models, this is less of a thing. It is. That baby doesn't want to look. When you're as a father, there were things I taught Kelsey that I knew she was going to need to know being in the presence of men. Seriously. Y'all can talk out old romantical bullshit you want. The reality of it is our daughters are in a world full of men who are not real men, who are dangerous. And it's our job to teach them how to navigate that shit, right? Don't prettify that up. Call it what it is. Had that baby in that video had a man in her life, a strong male role model in her life to tell her exactly how to navigate life, she may have had one or two children. Maybe. That baby got 4 abortions. 4. That photo, the last photo, yes. That's insane to me. And then it posted online like, you know what? I'm finna go do this. Come, I shouldn't be having this baby no way. Girl, no, you shouldn't have. You should not have. The one, I can see. 2, maybe. Anything after that, we need to have a long conversation, baby girl. Long, serious conversation. So yes, my gripe is not with her initially because her father should be in her life. This is what happens to our society when fathers don't step up and raise their children. This is the result of that. These women, these young ladies, living in the street as if they can live like men and they can't. They're not built like that. They're not designed that way. God didn't intend them to be that way. My baby girl, we were talking the other day, and she brings over the grandbaby. And my granddaughter is a hellion. She drive her mom crazy. She'll really get on me and my wife nerve, right? We've handled that before, so we get it. She's driving my daughter insane. And watching my daughter deal with, interact with Raylan is cute because she started talking about, how did y'all handle this? How did y'all, like, baby, you talking about you? You talking about how do we handle you? Like, I've been in their life 20 some odd years now. I come around when Steven was, he just turned 2. Kelsey was 4, right? She had just turned 4, right? So I've been in their life most of their life. And so when she talks about that, I'm like, baby, you remember that we dealt with you when you were a baby. Like, your mom been with you your whole life. Not me, but most of your life I've been there. I was like, you do realize it's gonna get worse. And she then says, she said, I don't understand how girls have, she talk about her daughter, right? Our grandchild. How people have multiple of these. I said, multiple of what? Of babies. How you, that's what because again, my granddaughter, she is something else. She'll drive you up the wall. And smart as a whip. She's so goddamn bright. So, and she purposely messes with my baby. And she said, I don't understand how girl have multiple of these. And even though we were joking in that instance, it wasn't, my daughter doesn't feel like that because of something we taught her. But the realization that if I'm going to have the responsibility of raising a child, I'm going to do it correctly and not just kind of whimsically do it. My wife and I raised Kelsey and Steven because our goal was to do it correctly, to raise healthy human beings. Very good adults, right? And so her default is, this isn't wise, let me not do that. Because one of the things I instilled in her, if I didn't instill nothing else, is critical thinking. If this shit does not make sense, don't do it. And so, looking at that video, at what point did this baby to herself? Now, she's not a baby, but it's like the thinking is not that of an adult, a responsible, grown adult. Number one, because never in her life ever would she have, number one, that many abortion, but number two, that many children, and not have a ring on your finger. Right? The one father, I think she said in one of her videos on TikTok is, he got 5 baby mamas or something. So one of the children, one of your children have 5 other siblings by finding different women from that. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's wild. The point I'm trying to make is, let me back this up because I'm going to lose my train of thought and I don't want to do that. This wouldn't be a thing if fathers were really active in the lives of their children. This is what you create. You create this kind of society when you don't step up and do what you're supposed to do. We can yell at the women all day long. Keep your legs closed. Keep your legs closed. Put your penis in your pants. We can't have babies without you, bro. I don't give a damn how many babies they want to have. They can't have 0 without you. They need you. Of course, they will say, I can go to the derm. It's got to come from somewhere. It's got to that sperm bank. It's got to come from somewhere. It has to be filled up somehow. Unless they're creating sperm and selling it. Unless that's a thing, right? So to me, the responsibility then falls on the men. We're leaders. I will always say that because I believe that. I will never look at a woman as my leader. They're not designed to be that way. Now you may call me sexist, even misogynistic. You probably could, but I just don't believe that God created women to be leaders. Now, should women be leaders of other women and children? Absolutely. That's what God intended them to be. But to be leaders of men, no. Hell no. That's why we have a society full of bitch ass, cowardly made ass men. Right? Like the young men, they don't have a drive. They don't have a drive to do nothing. They don't want to do shit. They don't want to go nowhere. They don't want to have nothing. They don't want to do nothing. And we've seen our society decline and decline and decline. And this is a result of that. This baby, right, is going to have more children. She's going to. She's way too young not to have anymore. Right? She's not smart enough she's not smart enough to understand that what she's doing is actually handicapping her children. She's not smart enough to understand that, number one. Number two, she's not choosing wisely those fathers for her children, right? And lastly, man, there's no one there to give her real direction. All her friends will tell her, that's right, queen, go ahead, girl, do you. Instead of hearing the shit she should be hearing, the shit that's hard to hear, the shit that's gonna tell her, you know what, let me sit my grown ass down some goddamn way. You are literally handicapping your children when you have 7 to 8 children by 7 to 8 different men. You are handicapping them. You're almost guaranteeing them a life of heartache and fucking pain. And you're not getting it. You're not getting it. Gentlemen, you're not getting it. I don't have multiple baby mamas. I had my daughter when I was 16. My goal was to be married and have children. That was my goal. I had my daughter when I was 16. I said, I'm not having any more children until I get married. By the time I met my wife, I didn't want any more children. She didn't want any more children. No more children. Right? Now I'm still. I've never been a guy, ever. Hi, love.
Hi, lovely.
I've never been a guy, I lost my train of thought, but I've never been the guy that wanted to have a bunch of babies by a bunch of women. Never wanted that. Number one, my daughter's mother, right? I call her Baby D. Baby D is an animal. Baby D is a monster, man. She only 5'3", and that woman look, she drive you insane. I ain't got time for a whole bunch of those. I ain't got time for that. So my gripe, my issue is with the men. Don't have children you're not willing to raise. You don't want to raise children, don't have babies. Bro, I only had biologically one child. That's it, one. Right? I didn't want to raise a bunch of children. I didn't raise my daughter, right? But had I actually had the honor of raising her, right, I would have never, ever, ever wanted to give my attention to 7 different me's. I mean, it'd been nice, right? Had I been married and my wife said she wanted several children, I have several Bamisas around this bad boy. I would, for sure, without question. But I can give the baby all kind of shit in the world. I can yell at it, we could talk about it, we can say how bad of a mom she is. We can do all the things. The reality of it is this falls on the men. This falls on us. It does. Raise your children. Raise your sons to be men. Raise your daughters to be wives. Our society is crumbling. It is. And the longer y'all allow super random shit that should not be in society, it's going to crumble more. I was never the guy ever until 2 weeks ago. You would have never heard me say it is far better to marry before you carry, because it is. You fare better as a woman allowing a man to fully commit to you first before putting a baby in you. Now, and I'm only bringing that up because I've seen countless women really struggle, right, to raise their children. Now, you can make the claim that there's women who are just not happy. Okay, then that's fine, right, whatever. But I'm talking about the women who are happily married, right? The women who are actually love their husbands and love their families. I'm talking about these women. I'm talking about the women who have 3 or 4 children and then leave their husbands and their children because they're just not happy. It's a video I'm going to do too about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about women who actually want children, who actually want to be married, who actually want to, women who actually want to sit in that role, right? I'm talking to you women. If you fare better doing it that way, marrying before you carry, than you would any other way. Number one, it then puts the responsibility of being a man on your husband. Right? And you'll say, well, what if you don't marry me? Then he don't marry you. We're looking for husbands. Y'all should be looking for husbands. Y'all should be wives looking for husbands. Y'all should demand. There was a time when a woman demanded a man's respect. And men did it. Like, you want to talk to me? You need to speak with a little more respect. Oh, okay. Sure. My bag, baby girl, my bag. Okay. Let's start over. Can we do that? Can we start over? Okay, listen. I apologize. I'm just trying to get to know you, baby. That's all. Right? And a man will let a woman say, I felt disrespectful. He ain't gonna be like, bitch, I don't care. No. Man, get this, man. There was a time when men, we didn't mind showing respect to women. We didn't mind it. As a matter of fact, the more respect I showed you, the more likely you are to let me, you gonna be my girl, right? So that was a thing that I remember being a thing. Now it's not. And now if I put my hands on you and beat you a little bit, right? Because y'all don't like boring men. I gotta put my hands on you, knock you around a little bit for you to go, I guess I like him better than I like the other one. Society is crumbling at a rate, man, that I myself can't stop. I can't. I'm one man. And this shouldn't be a thing. This video of this baby should not be a thing, but it is. And it's unfortunate. And I blame men. Not men, I blame her fathers. Men, it's our responsibility to raise strong men. It's our responsibility to raise our daughters to be intelligent, critical thinking women. Their mother do the other job. Let the mother do the other job. Like, when I say I blame men, I blame her fathers. I blame her, her fathers, her father, her grandfathers, her brothers, if she had any, her uncles. That's who I blame. Because ain't no way in hell a father would allow his daughter to act like a goddamn heathen without putting his foot on her neck. I could be wrong. In this instance, her father is to blame. Her brother, her uncle, her grandfathers, the men in her life failed her. And it's unfortunate because those babies are ultimately the ones who are going to suffer the most.